Now then, when the wife of boxer Amir Khan launched a series of angry social media posts criticising his family, it didn't take long for the feud to hit the headlines.
Well, after publicly accusing her in-laws of bullying, her stark claims quickly spiralled into a war of words between the family, resulting in Amir pleading with both sides to stop the public argument.
Well, we can talk exclusively to Faryal now, who joins us live from Toronto. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us this morning. Let's just go back to the very beginning of your relationship. When did you two first meet?
I met Amir in New York City. He had a Prada photo shoot, and I remember going to the after party. I had saw a big poster of him in Times Square, and I thought, wow, he's a Pakistani who's done really well for himself. And that same night, I had met him at an after party. We had mutual friends in common. We stayed in touch, and ever since, we became really, really close. I then went out to the UK to see him, and we just continued to talk, and that's how I first met him.
And so this developed into a long-distance relationship.
Well, when I went to the UK, when we started talking, we were really like best friends before getting into a relationship. I went to the UK, and I remember Amir was holding my hand, walking me to Harrods, and it was crazy because I knew he was a very big name, but in the US, he wasn't as big as he was in UK, and I never saw that side yet. Obviously, I was an American, and when I went to the UK and I saw that I was in the newspapers the next day, and there was this whole big thing that Amir and I are dating, I had said to Amir, you know, my parents raised me in such a manner where they were really, really strict, and I can't have stories like this flying around that I've been dating a boxer, and it just really looks bad on my reputation, and my parents will be really upset. So Amir then surprised me a week later and came to New York City with his parents, and he asked for my hand. And a few months after that, we had gotten engaged.
So that was the first time you met his family, presumably, and at that engagement, at that proposal, was it discussed then how his family worked, what sort of traditions were in that family, how you were expected to dress?
You know, I would like to say when Amir's family had came to my house, I remember the first time I've ever met them, I was wearing sleeveless. And I was always very modern in my dressing, whereas I'm not really, you know, a drinker, a smoker, party girl. I respect my religion a lot. But in my dress sense, I was very open about it. And I remember the first day when Amir's mom and dad had both came with him, they knew the way I dress. My mom was very open. I'm the same person I am today as I was, you know, 5 years ago when I got engaged. And no one addressed that, you know, sorry, we can't accept you because of the way you dress, or sorry, because you're too Western, or too independent, we won't accept you. Everything was fine. We all really got along. We had such great laughs, and, you know, they were so happy to welcome me into the family. So that's how it worked out in the beginning.
So how did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong?
You know, I had gotten engaged and everything went perfectly fine. My long-distance relationship, my engagement, towards like 6 months into my engagement, there was problems that started to happen. I realized that I wouldn't be able to fit into the family when I remember it was a few months before my wedding. I went to Pakistan to do some shopping, and I wanted to surprise Amir. He was in Dubai with his family at the time. So my brother and I wanted to go surprise Amir for Valentine's Day, and he had told me it would be so nice to see you. We hadn't seen each other for a while because he used to be training, and, you know, it was just so busy. He was always so busy. So when I knew that, you know, from Pakistan, Dubai is only 2-3 hours away, in February I was there. I was getting married in May. And I thought, hey, it's perfect for me to go surprise him. So I found out where he was staying, and I went to go visit him. And there was my name, the driver that picked me up had my name on a white piece of paper, Faryal, and in the airport when he came to get me, I'm guessing the same driver had went. Now, Amir was already in Dubai at the time with his mom and dad and his brother, and the same driver, I'm guessing, went to go pick up his eldest sister Dibinda. So when he went to go pick her up, I guess when she was in the car, she probably caught on that he had picked me up earlier because my name being on a white piece of paper. So she must have asked him, and she must have said, oh, has she... did she come? Now, at this time, I didn't tell anyone anything because I thought it was a surprise. It would have been cute. Little did I know that it would backfire on me.
So what happened? You weren't allowed to see him?
I don't know. This was the first time ever where it was so weird that I guess I wasn't allowed to see him. In the beginning of my engagement, I was allowed to see him. They were very happy for me to come and visit, very happy to send Amir. But suddenly, after when it got closer to the wedding, I think, I don't know what happened. I mean, I went to go see him and I thought it would have been a surprise. And I remember Amir's mom and dad saying that she's ruined our family holiday and we're going to take you back the next day. Amir had to fly back out to the UK the next day. He was not allowed to see me. And that's when I knew that, you know what, if I'm not getting accepted being Amir's fiancé, I'm not sure how easy it will be to be accepted being his wife.
It sort of got worse from there because you said that the siblings were commenting online. Amir tried to get everyone to talk, and then as we've seen, it has now got incredibly public and really quite vicious. You wrote, "Don't let your sons get married if you're going to abuse and bully the wife." You've said, I'm guessing Islam teaches us to be married and divorce our wives and treat them bad. My husband has done far more than any son has done. Why is he treated so badly? Jealousy, that's disgusting. Then Amir, in an attempt to settle this down, broke his silence, said, here is me working my ass off, helping the less fortunate with charity dinners, and my family and my wife are destroying my good name. I don't want to get involved in this mess. My parents, my wife is my wife. Whatever misunderstanding has happened, they should keep it private. This is getting to the point where they will lose a son and a husband. Both parties need to stop this. I've had enough. Now we don't have time to go into the many other things that you've alleged, you know, sort of and treatment. What we have to ask you is, why be so public with this when it's obviously not just hurting both sides of the family, but Amir as well?
You know, it's not in my nature to ever go public about personal matters. Being so young and getting married into a very big family and then having to hear, obviously, media about Amir. In the beginning, I had a rough time reading that. I was pregnant and I had my in-laws that, you know, it was just a mess. Over the years, Amir's brother and sister went on Twitter rants, went on Instagram rants, talking about me, saying I don't get along with them, saying I'm very fake, I've done plastic surgery, calling me Michael Jackson, and I was a pregnant woman. You know, reading all that was not really nice. Anyway, I used to take it in. I was very, very patient about it. I thought my silence would probably make them stop. Just recently, I think it just started to build up, and I had done a catwalk, and I was very proud of myself. Amir was very, very supportive and proud of me, and I had seen Amir's youngest sister had said something like dog walk and made a comment and laughed about it. It really, really hurt me because when I didn't work and I used to just stay home, I was called a gold digger. I was called, I'm with Amir for his money. When I started to work,
now,
it was like, what?
Now all of this has been said, what is the resolution? You have two feuding families, a pair of you in the middle.
You know, in the middle of this.
Yeah, you know, when they started doing these rants, Amir innocently posted a picture of buying his parents a house. He was really proud. I was very proud. I supported him, and he supported them for so long, and I'm still wanting him to support them forever. I know they're his parents. And when he posted that, his brother had wrote a cheeky comment underneath, and his sister did as well. And that's when I just couldn't take it anymore. And then hearing the stories in Bolton from women saying that, you know, we're in this type of situation and our husbands don't stick up for us. I thought, you know what, they can relate to me. I spoke up for everyone, not just myself.
Faryal,
I thought, you know, they can relate to Amir Khan.
Can I ask you, what does he say about you talking to us today, after he's specifically said this needs to stop? How does he feel about the fact that you're discussing this on telly again today?
I I spoke to Amir about it, and Amir has always been very supportive. But obviously it was getting too much for him. He has to be neutral. They're his parents on one side and his wife on another side, and he's basically in the middle. I did say to Amir, I would like to get my message across, and he said that's fine, you know.
Would you
and
like
hopefully,
to see
he said we can put everything behind after this.
Would you like to see you and the family, everybody getting on? Is it even remotely possible now?
You know, for Amir's sake, I had always tried and played my part, and I felt like it was one-way love. I went to Amir's brother's wedding. I wasn't invited, but I still went out of respect, and I danced with his mom. And I can see that smile on Amir's face that we were getting along. We never stopped talking to Amir's family. I want to make that clear. They stopped talking to me and Amir for absolutely no reason. Amir had nothing to do with this. You know, whatever problems was what we had. I would really like for us to all get along. It wasn't our choice for them to move out. They wanted to move out, and Amir supported them in that. It would be nice for them to eventually get on with us. I always tried, and I'll keep trying, but I don't know how possible that is, especially being in a marriage for 3 years and not having great communication.
All right, well, Faryal, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
you.
And I do hope it resolves itself.
So do I, so do I.
mean, it's just a nightmare when families feud like this, and also, you know, it's so publicly. It must be hideous for Amir and concentrating on what he's got to concentrate on. But thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Shah Khan said, I nor my family have anything to justify for what Faryal has falsely accused my family of doing. She needs to understand and accept that we are the parents of the man that she purportedly loves and cherishes. She must learn to respect her husband's parents just as he has always respected hers. Faryal was adopting a dress code which the Islamic State was not acceptable. I'm a father of 2 daughters who I've treated in exactly the same way as I've treated Faryal. Irrespective of what she has done, we still regard Faryal as a member of our family. Wow.
Right, still to come. Trini will be showing you how to sparkle this festive season with her must-have sequin outfits.
And we'll speak to the mother who denies spoiling her children with a whopping 350 Christmas presents. Not to be